You're watching Friday Night Live, High School Game of the Week, sponsored by Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities.
And here are your Liberty Patriots.
Love the energy, but we love the shots tonight. It was an awesome look out there for our Friday Night Live. And everyone, I'm your host, Carrie Osep, and take a deep breath with me. And exhale, because high school football is officially back. We, of course, had a few county teams open up their seasons already, but with all 18 teams of the Kern High School District kicking off tonight, it almost feels like fall again. Well, maybe not the weather, but you get the point. And this is what I like to call my March Madness. Let's get into our game of the week, a battle of last season's league champs, Liberty Patriots, hosting the Ridgeview Wolfpack. And of course, it looks a little bit different. Senior night already for this first game. Liberty Patriots honoring their few seniors on their team. We love to see that. But we're going to start it off with Ridgeview senior, who is making big plays for the Wolfpack. Brian Nixon may not like to see this, but of course, Ridgeview is excited to get out on the field after so much time off. And this guy, Jerron Amos, busting out past the defense, tripped up. It looks like he fumbled, but he didn't. But this wouldn't turn into any points on the board just yet. But we get the ball again for Ridgeview, and here he goes. He finds his way, almost walking in, a little hurdle there. Didn't need to. The big boy gets the points. The extra point is no good as they go up 6-0. Brian Nixon knows that his team needs to make plays, and of course they will. Prentice Boone with the ball, number 5. We always know that number's a running back for the Patriots. He's doing a great job there, getting into the end zone. They take the lead, and then Hayden Mann is going to find his guy, we're going to call him number 23 just in case that name's not right. But of course, we got a score on there. So Liberty goes up by 2 scores. And then this play, Jerron Amos, he breaks free, given a little stutter step, gets outside. It looks like nobody can touch him. They would get him outside of out of bounds, but they wouldn't get any points on this. But Liberty's got a little bit more in them. They rely on defense, and they get a pick 6, and they would end up with the final score of 45-6. On to the next matchup here, Bakersfield at Centennial. This one came down to the wires. Drillers quarterback Levi Manning here with the keeper. They're going to get the ball in as Centennial's trying to stay alive. It's 23-13. But then we got to go to a kickoff. And we love to see these big plays, but this is not one that you're going to expect. So obviously the ball taking its time, finding its way. And then we got Mark Silcom. He gets outside. The ball gets popped out, but his boy Jaden Dock is there to take the ball, get some yards on that. And then we're going to get some more scoring from Bakersfield, 30-13, with this big touchdown play right here. But actually, I'm a little bit ahead of myself. This is not a touchdown play yet, but this game would go into overtime. We couldn't stick around for that game as it was a little bit late, but the Drillers would hold on to win by a final of 37-30 in OT. Heading over, the Bronx coming down to face Miramonte. Running back, this is going to be a big play here for, we're running this back. And he looks like he's going to take it all the way. Miramonte looks to be getting on the board here. And that was a big-time play. We love to see the kickoff moments, of course. And we're just going to skip ahead. We're losing a little bit of time here. So as this game keeps on going, it looks like the final score is going to be 41-32. Miramonte comes away with the win on that one. And last season, the Southeast Yosemite League seemed to be the most competitive leagues with multiple teams playing at the end for a title. Of course, the Highland Scots would earn that right with a win over East Bakersfield. But a new season, a fresh start. And we're starting things off with North at Highland. And let's pick things up in the third quarter in this one. It looked like Highland got off early, but North quarterback James Dixon hands off to Kai Show, who runs it in for the touchdown. The score now 28-14. Highland, though, in the fourth is still trying to make things happen, but North has the ball again. Carson Bennett completes a pass here to Nate Davidson for the score. Highland, though, may not have had the defense late, but they still seal the game with their early scoring, and Highland would win this one by a final of 28-20. Moving over to an East versus West matchup. East would get on the board first, but we got to give credit to that moonshot, right? Thanks to Photog Grant for that one. They get on the board with that field goal, 3-zip in the first quarter, and then we're going to give it a little bit of offensive play here. We love it when the quarterback is making a big play, and he does it because he knows and sees the gap. Quarterback keeper for Johnny Slazar runs it in for the score. Of course, you're going to get excited, but you know who else is getting excited? The crowd, which we love to see them getting in on the action for that one. East would be able to hold on for the slim win in this one, 24-21, your final. Moving on to our next games. Of course, we have a lot of games coming your way, but it looks like we are going to be taking a look at. Okay, we're going to look here at the scoreboard. We got this. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties there with our highlights. Again, things coming in hot. Shafter would win big on the road. 52-3, your final. So we still got scores and highlights coming your way. As we know, Bakersfield Christian got their week started off early Thursday, so we're going to take a look when we come back at some more plays from the Bakersfield Christian Eagles. You're going to want to stick around for Friday Night Live when we return.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live!
Thank you to the Liberty Patriots. We love to see those ladies back out there. Glad to have them and the bands back at the games along with those small crowds, but we still love the energy. But of course, I mentioned before the break that Bakersfield Christian got things going early. They played on Thursday. We're going to take a look back at their highlights and their big win over Central Valley Christian. Let's take a look. And of course, we got some good scenes out there last night as well. We love to see that sky, but Central Valley Christian was looking to take out Bakersfield Christian after the Eagles got the best of them, winning 2 games last season. And of course, we know that that run ended with a state championship. The Carr family having a cool moment there. But let's get to some of the actions. This was the guy making plays all night long for the Eagles. He's only a sophomore, Krayshawn Kizzy. He has a cool name, but he has an even better skill set on the field. That's going to be his first touchdown of the game. He would get 2 more by the end of it. But of course, the running back getting some moves in there as well. They got to get on the board. This would come down to a final, a very close final, as Bakersfield Christian would sneak out a 2-point win over CVC. And here's Darren Carr after their win.
From day one when I got here and the coaching staff we put together, man, like it's been the motto finish. You know, it's been that way for a long time. And when you start something, you finish it. Whether it starts out good or bad, you don't just back off and stay in the locker room because you're not getting your way, or when you're getting your way. You know, so kudos to them finishing. And I mean, 13, 14 months since we played a game. So I think guys got a really good sense of humor.
Yeah, that. Always wise words there from Darren Carr, a state championship winning coach, mind you. And the Wasco Tigers were facing the Tulare Union Tribe on the road for their second game of their 3-game season. The Tigers would fall against a deep Tribe team, 53-7 your final. Wasco finishes up their season next week on Thursday against Tulare Western. That game will kick off at 5. But speaking of Tulare Union, we know, though, one of our Kern County teams did get the best of them earlier on. That was Garces Memorial as they opened up their season last week. The Rams looked like they hadn't missed a beat, making big plays in all 3 facets of the game. They would win by that final score of 43-6, getting a pick 6 here from one of the Smith brothers. Garces Memorial, they're going to open up week 2 of the spring high school football season at home on Saturday, as they are set to host one of the better teams in the state, St. Francis. We've heard Coach Gola say it before. This is a season that's going to be a tough one for them, as they have some tough talent ahead of them, but we will be out there for that game tomorrow, and we'll have those highlights for you as well. Well, coming up next, we got your top plays. So you're going to stick around because if you remember me, that's what I love. Top 3 on 23 when we return. Getting the Eagle cheerleaders in on there. So of course we did have some highlights that we couldn't run earlier, so we're going to get to them now, and we're going to start off with South at Independence. Let's take a look at those highlights. We're starting it off with Independence Falcons. They're going to have the ball here, handed off to Evan Peaker, who rushes 15 yards for the touchdown, rolling in on that one. The Falcons would attempt a field goal, but the Rebels say no way. They block that one all the way, pick up the ball, but knee down. He doesn't get any more than that. But then to the fourth quarter, we'll go with the Falcons in the red zone. The ball is handed off to Peaker again. He was going to sneak in there, scoring another touchdown. They would win by a final score of 20-17. Moving over to Foothill at Golden Valley. The Bulldogs with the ball. Markel Bruley throws to Isaiah Ali. He gets to the 45-yard line after sneaking some tackles. I mean, no one can touch him, but then they might get him down. There they go right there. Again at the 45-yard line, and the Bulldogs now near the end zone, but the ball would be fumbled. Yikes, we don't like to see that in the red zone, of course, but the marching band trying to get some spirit alive, and Foothill hoping to score, but again, another fumble. Bulldogs will have the ball a little bit later, but it would be intercepted. The final score in this one is a tight game, 6-0, the final, with Golden Valley getting the win there. Well, we teased it. Now we're at it. The favorite part of the show for me, and that's going to be the top 3 on 23. Let's get into it, starting with our number 3 play of the night. And here we go. As I say, I always love the kickoff moments, and he's getting the ball here, but this is when a teammate comes in clutch. Don't know how the ball ended up in his hands, but it did, and the Bakersfield Drillers making use of that. Of course, they would go on to win in overtime, but man, doesn't like to see it, but hey, when your teammates got it, that's a good news for you. Number 2 play, we're going back to the Bronx, coming down to face Miramonte, but Miramonte is looking to start things off strong. Opening kickoff, Abraham Casillas is going to get all the way down for the score. We love to see big moments like that, and no one there, just green grass, and it's good for a touchdown. Moving on to the top play of the night. Ridgeview may have not gotten the win today, but this guy was dealing all over the field. Jerron Amos dishing out, he's juking, he's hurling, he's asking guys to come for him, and he still makes his way down the field. He may have only gotten 1 touchdown on the night, but we love to see that athleticism. And let me tell you, it's pretty refreshing to see moments like that again on the field. I sure have missed it. And yeah, just like Jerron will tell you, come out the action. I'm going to tell you to come back for more action next week as Friday Night Live returns. Will be week 3, and again, Garst Memorial kicks off their game tomorrow. Wow, those highlights. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.